We all know who sits atop the porcelain throne for the king of inexpensive devices, Xiaomi. And now it looks like, and I hope that Nokia is having a shot at the crown with its new Nokia 2.3. Featuring a bold and hip design with some unique niceties of its own, this budget phone is one tough cookie. So let's find out more about this phone in this review. Starting with the design, the Nokia 2.3, boy, it's chunky. It had been a while since I used one phone this boxy, and I got to admit it's almost as if the phone does not need to be. The battery isn't all that big, so why? So many times I found myself struggling to get a hold of the phone with ease and had to use both my hands even where you'd normally not need to. And the tall big screen isn't helping either, but I'll get to that later on. The Nokia 2.3 is a budget phone, so it won't surprise you when I say it's made of plastic. But the back is interesting, with a vertical ridge running throughout the device while the frame is metallic. Getting into buttons, you'll find a dedicated Google Assistant button. And some of you may be thinking, what's the point of having a button when you can trigger it through your voice? Yes, I understand that, and I too did not quite make use of it. However, you can remap it to trigger some other actions using a third-party app, though native customization support would have been even better. Thus, I've customized the button to open notifications on a single tap, take a screenshot on a double tap, and long press to kill the foreground app. On the front, the Nokia 2.3 comes with a tall 6.2 inches IPS LCD panel. And as expected, it has HD Plus resolution, 1520 pixels vertically and 720 horizontally, with an aspect ratio of 19:9 and 271 ppi. Were the phone not that bulky to begin with, the Nokia 2.3 would have been very easy to get to with one hand only. But since that's not what's happened here, it is thus a two-hand smartphone. However, the display cutout is impressive for a budget phone. It features a tiny water drop notch up top for the front-facing camera and comes with two rounded corners. Interestingly, while the expensive Nokia 7.2 also featured rounded corners, it suffered from visible discoloration around the top edges, which isn't the case with the Nokia 2.3, so kudos to the company for that. With the modern design of the display, the phone achieves an 80.7% screen-to-body ratio because there's a significant bezel on the bottom with the Nokia branding, alongside some subtle side and top bezels as well. All things considered, I have two small and one major complaint regarding the Nokia 2.3's display. First, having used it without any protective tempered glass, it felt a bit unusually slippery. And second, the phone is frequently prone to accidental touches with no option to prevent that. Moreover, it does not get bright enough to be easily visible in well-lit environments, though that's not a problem indoors. The Nokia 2.3 comes with a dual camera setup, so let's talk about that as well. There's a 13-megapixel primary sensor with f2.2 aperture and a 2-megapixel depth sensor for bokeh effects. To sum up the camera performance on the Nokia 2.3, well, it's a hit or a miss. Sometimes it works great and sometimes it simply doesn't. The normal images come out decent in a well-lit environment and the detail preservation is quite good too, though color reproduction could have been better. But when it fails, and it often does, the phone's photos come out bland, grainy, and with messed up dynamic range. Talking about portraits, the edge detection is not that great too, but you might not notice that right away when looking at the photo. Upon closer inspection, however, the flaw begins to reveal themselves. It misses out greatly on the subject's edges. One thing I notice about the portrait images on the Nokia 2.3 is that they are brighter than the regular images. Nighttime images aren't any great either. The amount of grain is just way too much and you'll notice some smoothing going on too. Overall, low-light photography on the Nokia 2.3 is forgettable. Coming to the front camera, there is a 5-megapixel f2.4 sensor placed inside the water drop notch. Regular selfies are lacking in color reproduction and there is a significantly low amount of detail as well. Additionally, images are grainy and polished too. Likewise, the software-based portrait selfies are a little better than the regular selfies in terms of color reproduction, though it's not perfect either. Moreover, selfie portraits on the Nokia 2.3 are also riddled with grains and a lack of detail. Moving on to the performance, the Nokia 2.3 is powered by MediaTek's Helio A22 chipset, which can also be found on the older Nokia 2.2. So, not a very good selection of chipset there. The Helio A22 has a quad-core CPU with Cortex A53 cores clocked at 2.0 GHz and the PowerVR GE8320 GPU. The phone comes with a single memory configuration with 2 GB of RAM and 32 GB of internal storage. Though it does not lag as much and light multitasking is fine as well, Nokia 2.3 demonstrated how accustomed I've gotten to a faster device. From launching apps to making selections, the phone just takes its time, which I would have been infuriated about if it was a mid-range smartphone. This is more evident when taking pictures or videos. First of all, the camera app takes a second or two to launch, but it's when viewing the click pictures where the lag is realized. The image processing on the Nokia 2.3 is just too slow. Here, the software-based face unlock is similarly hopeless. I could wig the phone, swipe to open the pattern layout, enter the pattern to enter and the unlocked home screen, and all that takes less time than face unlock. When it comes to gaming, it can handle a few big titles in the lowest of settings, albeit with impending lags and stutters. I played Call of Duty for a while and the phone would frequently slow down when the game tried to load some resources. I also played Injustice 2, which ran smoothly but suffered from mild lags here and there as well. In terms of light games, I put the phone to test with Alto's Odyssey, which ran smoothly, but that too fell victim to minor lags now and then. Onto the software end, it runs on pure Android as the phone is a part of the Android One program. As expected, there is no bloatware and Nokia promises up to 2 years of system upgrades and 3 years of monthly security updates. Though I did not receive the Android 10 update during my use of the phone, I did receive January's security patch. Now, the battery life on the Nokia 2.3 absolutely blew me away. The 4000 mAh battery on the phone really makes the phone a 2-day device as the company claims. I continuously played Injustice 2 for 4 hours. Well, it was a slow day, don't judge me, and the phone still had around 50% battery left. All around, I got a total of 7 hours of screen on time on a single charge, and that is really impressive. But charging the phone is a pain. It charges via a micro USB port and does not support any fast charging either. Using a 10-watt charger, it took me about 3 hours and 18 minutes to take the Nokia 2.3 from 0 to 100%, which is just a little short than Martin Scorsese's The Irishman. So yeah, while the battery life on the Nokia 2.3 is ridiculously impressive, the charging on the other hand is ridiculously abysmal. So to sum it all up, the Nokia 2.3 is an admirable budget smartphone. It features a modern design and an incredibly impressive battery life. And the stock Android herein further supplements to a smooth experience while guaranteeing updates as well. Its camera is a hit or a miss on this. With proper lighting and ambience, the images turn out fine, though I cannot emphasize enough on the slowness of the image processor. All in all, the Nokia 2.3 is a great starter phone for someone who's just looking for a decent Android experience on a budget. So that is all for the review of the budget Nokia 2.3. Do let us know what you think about this phone in the comment section below. Till then, I'm Pratima Adhikari and I'll see you in the next one.